based off of the current climate of what happens in the National Football League. You know, the quarterback position has been pushed up to such a high level now, and if you don't have one, you have no chance to win, right? So, like, going to get Michael Penix secured our future and secured the way for us to go whenever that future happens and whenever that starts based on our current climate. You know, like, I'm so pleased that we got Kirk Cousins and his leadership and everything that he brings. And then you get a chance to go draft a young guy that can watch that and watch a guy that's actually had played at a high level in this league, made a lot of money in this league, at multiple teams, has done it on a different level, is a great family man. His wife is from Atlanta. And now Penix has a chance to, kid from Tampa, come in here, settle in, pro ready, get a chance to watch him, get a chance to sit behind him, get a chance to see him lead his team and do those things. And, like, really, when it's his turn, you won't have any question whether he's ready or not. And, like, that is the most important part for us, right? We want to be able to secure our immediate future, and want to be to secure our future that's going to happen with this man.
I'm currently watching the Hard Knocks with the Giants and all that stuff, so you see the whole offseason.
Sure.
With that, where you see him going through, you see him calling people, trying to jockey for position in the draft. With that, Rob, did you, like, were y'all just jacked up, like, they might let us get the Penix? Because it surprised the football world. It surprised me, I'm not going to lie.
So you know what's crazy about it is, like, when you go through the draft, right, everybody's trying to be so secretive about their information. And we were really secretive about it, right? The only people we're talking about was those top probably 3 quarterbacks in the draft, which were, like, on your shows and doing all the stuff that they do and all those other different venues. And they talked about those guys. And Caleb Williams was great. Drake May's great. All those guys, you know, were all dudes. Right? Then you look at the other people in the draft and the 6 quarterbacks that all went before anybody really thought they were. And it's like, that's just how it happens, right? That's the climate of what it was. It was a good quarterback draft. And when our guy was there, when we had the chance to pick, we were excited. We were jacked up. And there's a bunch of different players you could have taken. You know, it's a bunch of players. It's good players in every single draft. But, like, that quarterback position, if you got a chance to get it, go get it. Because hopefully, I'm telling you, forget hopefully, we're not going to be in a position to pick a quarterback at that level again, because I know what Kurt's going to be able to do. That's just the bottom line.
Right. And here we are, training camp show. Football is back. And as much as you need a quarterback, you guys really need one. I looked at your first 5 weeks, and I just want to fast forward to your schedule. You open up with your old running mate here at Pittsburgh. Mike T is here. Then you're at Philly. Then I think you got the Super Bowl defending champs. You guys got a tough schedule. You got to be ready to go.
The best thing about sitting here at this round table is I know, like, you guys know that all of that stuff means nothing. When you get into the training camp, everybody is coming out and you don't know who's going to be good.
Yep.
It's the best, most competitive parity league that in the world, and things change every single day. So no matter what that schedule says, like, you better be ready to deal like it is the Super Bowl champs coming in, like it is somebody with great history like the Pittsburgh Steelers coming in. So, like, for it to be people that people really got all this credit involved in, like, great for us. Great for my anticipation to enlighten the guys on our hype, to get ready to go out there and compete with the very best. I mean, I love that. And, like, Ryan, he's the only guy that's got to work, but he got to figure out who he cheering for that first week.
I wanted to go back there because as players, we all look at the schedule. We're all guilty of looking at the schedule and say, boy, that Monday night game, that's the Philly game. But you're in Tomlin coaching down in Tampa together. The Steelers, the history, the whole thing. You got 2 black coaches, black head coaches. Opening it up. I'm sure you had to look at that and just smile.
I didn't, but I know he did. I know he did. So I can speak for Mike on that note, but you know, he was on this show when he proclaimed me the best head coach that wasn't the head coach, right?
Yeah.
And, like, I know when he looked at it, he gets himself some little pride out of that because, you know, like, that's my older brother, right? And I got 2 older brothers because you know his brother Ed. Yep. But those are my brothers, right? That's part of my family. That's part of my makeup. Everything that I've done to this point when it comes to coaching. And when I know when he looked at that, he has such a sense of pride because he knows he's going to walk right in my locker room and we're going to dap it up and we're going to go out there. But I'm not going to let him lull me to sleep either. He's still Tom Brady. Right? He's still Batman. Yeah. You know, and Batman will shake your hand, man, love you up. And then at the end of it, man, I got a reporter in our local media that's from Pittsburgh yesterday, so he asked me a stern question, you know, so I had to give him the Mike Tomlin voice. Good. I told him is the standard. You know, as much pride as I have about it being with them, for me, I better worry about it after the fact when we're all said and done, because Big Bro's coming, man.
Yeah, it's good that you mentioned family, and Fred brought up family. The last time we had an opportunity to speak, you were a defense coordinator that had just won a Super Bowl, and I was asking about being a head coach. And at the time, we were talking about minority head coaches, African-American head coaches. In total minority, if you add Canales and Sala, it's going to be 9, so the most ever in the league. But you mentioned at the press conference, you said, you know, it is about the coaches that have come before me to lay this path, and it's going to be about the ones that come after me as well. And then you pointed to Jalen, and he was like, but it's more important, it's about him. What was it like, man, to be looking at your son in that moment when you got another opportunity to be a head coach?
That was surreal, because you look out and first of all, you know Jalen, you jumped in the trampoline with him, and I've never seen this boy sit still ever in my life. And when I looked out, I happened to pay it to my left, and you're looking at your son, it became a really special moment because he was actually paying attention to what I was doing. And it was like even deeper than that, because it's like he's paying attention to what you're doing in life. And you know that. But as much as you know that, it still was a surreal moment when I got to just look out and see my son in the stands, my 2 daughters, and they were just, you could tell they had a sense of pride. And it was an unbelievable experience. And it's crazy because the last time you guys saw my son, I just remember him saying, hey, Daddy, can we go back and get on the buses and wave to the people again? And he was talking about his parade.
Yeah.
But to see him sitting there paying attention to, in our house, which you guys did a beautiful setup with Alicia, what she was able to do, and all you guys come in and the amount of work that you put into it, turning my house into a studio. And then to fast forward, when you guys talked about being a head coach and the problems and all the things that's going to involve in putting your best foot forward to make that happen, and how confident we all sat there saying, I knew it was going to happen at one point, for it to happen a couple of years later, your son to be sitting there and us to be doing it, recapping this again, I thought it was special. And I thought it was like meaningful, and I think it's something that you got to have a healthy respect for when it comes to all of us.
I don't want to say the cheat code because you're good at what you do, but you brought up Tony Dungy already. You brought up Mike Tomlin already. Yourself, Dennis Green, like I can go on for days about those head coaches, those not minority or black head coaches. What are you saying in these meetings? Because you surprised me again with the pick, and also, I'm not going to lie, I didn't think you're going to get this damn job, bro. Like, like the young coaches, when you sit down with them, because we know you as homeboy.
That's right.
I don't think you sitting to me, it's like you talk to us, but you correct me if I'm wrong.
You know what's funny is like your most authentic self is probably the best way for you to go about doing your business. And the more authentic I can get with my guys, which he would know how I am in those meetings. And it's got to be a certain amount of real. It's got to be a certain amount of detail. It's got to be a certain amount of truth, some honesty, some compassion. You got to have all those things mixed in, because at the end of the day, man, we got to be that person for everybody in that room. And then you got to hire people around you that can be the person for other people that maybe you can't connect as well with. And I think that's like the most important part. Like all the connections, the people first attitude, the we not me that Sean McVay preached out in LA, being able to go out there and see how they did that thing out there and how they set it up was so special for me, because I thought that was like amazing, right? And I've been lucky, right? You name some of the coaches, but people forget to mention like Herm Edwards, right? When I was an intern with the Jets, and I was with Herm Edwards, and I got a chance to see him with his messaging, right? It was not a better person when it's come to delivering messaging than Herm Edwards, and talking about the shield and what it meant to him and how he was going to relay that to his football team. You just felt a certain urgency about it, right? And then I got a chance to work with Mike T and be around Coach Dungy, all the greats in our past, and like, it's not just the black coaches, it was Monty Kiffin, rest in peace, Rod Marinelli, and like, that's the history of our game, right? And I'm a great thief. I'm gonna steal it off of him, man.
Copycat league, you have to. But you said you were lucky. I like to say you've been blessed. You've worked, you've earned it from being a quality control coach there, then a head coach, then an interim coach, assistant. Now you're back at a head coach. Talking about preparation, you mentioned all of the guys that you've been able to steal from. With all of that, you're set up to succeed. I think this is a great opportunity for you. How do you feel like when you look back and say, man, I've gone through all of this, I've worked with all these amazing people, and here I am now. been able to steer and drive my ship and prepare another group of young men. Jenny and I, we talked about the guys that are on your coaching staff.
Oh, yeah.
One of my good friends, I feel you got Lance Schultz. Being able to extend that back to them. Like, how does that make you feel now that you're able to afford those guys those opportunities?
It was awesome because you started off by saying your show, and I was going to correct you and say our show, right? Because you're only as good as the people around you. And I've been so fortunate, man, to get Zach Robinson, somebody I've ever been around in LA and won a championship with. I was able to go hook back up with Jimmy Lake, somebody that came out to LA, having experience in himself, that brings a wealth of knowledge from head coaching at Washington, that was with us in the pros. And then you just go down the list, right? Guys you coached, like a Barrett Root, which you just mentioned, a Lance Shelters. And like all of those people, they feel a certain responsibility to you. And I feel that same responsibility to them to give back, to make sure they can reach their highest potentials no matter what their goals and their aspirations are. And like that's what I think about every single day. And then even the people that I just met, Mike Petrie, Delane Ledford, right? Those guys to me, like working in the off season with those guys, man, I had to find a way to find that special bond with those dudes. And like Marquise Williams, like I thought that was special. Like, and we're working on that, right? And I can feel it growing every day. And I can feel like training camp happening. And I can feel like this authentic juice just coming out of our building. I can't wait to get to practice tonight to get more. Right? And like you find a way to like not worry about what other people think. Is it the right decision for you? Is it the right decision for our organizations? And I got to be honest, I got to be really thankful to Arthur Blank for allowing us to do that, right? Because not everybody do that, right? Some people meddle, some people get in the way. Arthur is such a supporter, and like that's what you need. Like he's like a father figure to me. He always has been, even when he fired us. You know, like, hey, get out the building. But you know you like my son.
Right.
You know, something happens in life, he call you, you know, and then like, I'll never forget the day when I got the call, the fax saying like, Brian Levy, my agent, called and said, hey, you know, Atlanta wants to interview you. I'm like, good. I was locked and loaded, man. Like, you can't tell nobody, like, I want that job. You know, like, you can't, you know, because like at the time you're interviewing for 5 different people, you know, it's like, but you know so much about the place, you know about the people you're going to be with, you know so much about how you can get that thing right and how you can fix some of the issues that you had the first time you were there. You know some of the ins and the outs, and it was just a fun opportunity to go through.
It's such a cool thing, right? You mentioned, you know, hey, get out the building, but I love you, but you're my son. You were the interim head coach here too, on a team that felt like, and I don't want to say this about players, that felt like it just no longer was able to play the way they needed to for Dan Quinn. And with a roster that wasn't great, you guys go 4-7, but Arthur Smith gets the job.
Yes.
You get the call to have another chance to interview here. How was it so easy to put behind being kicked out of the door, to have the level of excitement you had to come back and be a head coach here?
I just think, you know, you ask your players to do it all the time. You know, like, we cut players, and we bring them back, and we ask them to forgive. What separates us, right? What's the difference, right? Like, I can give you everybody cut spill that ever cut you. Hey, man, go prove us wrong. Go out there, do your deal. And then if something happens, we get a chance to bring you back. We'd love to be back up with you, right? There's no difference, right? So, like I got opportunities here. You know, I got a chance to coach on both sides of the ball in Atlanta. I got a chance to be the interim head coach. I got a chance to lead men. I got a chance to lead a team that I helped develop with Dan Quinn. I got a chance to try to turn some things around and provide some energy for the city, right? And you got to earn it in this city, right? There's a whole bunch of people from New York, Philadelphia, they all moved down here, right? And then, like, you got to ask them to be your fan. No, you better go earn it, right? And that's what we learned, right? That's what we learned in 2016. We went out there and lost that championship, right? You had to earn it that year. And as we earned it through the games, the stadium started to get more and more hype. The belief around us got more and more hype. The Migos dropped their track. And it just went crazy, right? It became our theme song.
Yeah.
And like, I know what it's like. I've seen it. I felt it. And I want it in the worst way again. You know, like, and I look at some of the history of the guys like Julio, like a Matt Ryan, you know, and like some of the guys that I was able to be here with, Muhammad Sadiq, you know, Taylor Gabriel, some of those guys that we did it with at the high level. I want to do it for them too. You know, Roddy White.
Yeah. People forget Roddy was.
What those guys, man? Harry Douglas.
Yeah.
Like, I want it for them, like more than anybody. Like McClure. Like, I mean, them dudes, man, they gave some sweat out here in Atlanta.
when you look back at that time, you mentioned that championship. What did you take away from being up 28-3 in the Super Bowl? MVP quarterback, one of the best wide receivers of all time, playing against who many consider the greatest quarterback to ever play this game. What did you take away from that loss going forward?
You know what's crazy? It's like I'm on that Kobe theory. Everything's a learning lesson. And that was a great learning lesson for all of us, right? And it's like that other guy on the other sideline, I looked at him and what he did, and that's what you got to do. You got to remain super focused, super locked in, and you got to finish the deal. And he was able to do that. And that's the greatness of who he was. And like, how do you steal that moment and those thoughts and those teaching principles from him, right? And, you know, like I laugh, I giggle. You beat out Bill Belichick for the job. Man, get out of here, man. You know, like, this job was set. I got the job. It is what it is. Like, I got so much respect for the greatest head coach that's ever coached our game. You know, arguably, I'd be able to look at you. I mean, I won't disrespect Mr. Shula, but and one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever do our game. I don't want to disrespect Joe. You know, like, it is what it is. Peyton, none of them guys. But, like, you had two all-time greats over there. You got two great locked-in lessons on how you go about your business and win. And can you do it in your own authentic style? Yes. But, like, that lesson for me is something that you never want to, like, forget. You want to finish those deals. And how do you do it? It's just remaining consistent about your process, believing in that process, and being able to deal with those results. And I was pretty comfortable in being able to deal with those results and know that we can fix our process.
And Rob, with your past experience as head coach, the interim, and before with Tampa, what did you learn from that? Positive and negative? Just something you never do again, or just like that 28-3 situation, just something that having that experience now you're in Atlanta. Okay, yeah, that I figured that out. I ain't gonna do that. Like when you say something crazy to your wife and she snaps, I ain't never gonna say that again. So it's just something with, you know, saying now having the experience that you have.
So you know what it is? It's not that, right? It's exactly the opposite of that. You know, like, you got to empower the people around you. Like, no matter what they make you, who you are, there are always going to be people around you that can give you some type of advice, particularly when you hire them, and that you can listen to make you better. And I am around a lot of great people, and I'm around a lot of great people that was already here, some of the people that were brought in, some of the people that I'm able to listen to, some people that gain advice from, and like take those things, those lessons and those moments and use them, right? When I was 32 years old and as a head coach, there is no menu put on your desk on what to do. I had one dude that would call and say, "Hey man, Mike T, hey good, hey, I got an issue. You know, let me go watch this on how you handled this problem. You know, and you know, Mike, you know, hey man, I don't try to take away distractions. I embrace them.
Yeah.
Right. So like now, you got to add those people into your building. Guys that have bigger picture thoughts, high capacity to do different things. You got to empower people in your building and let their coaches come out of their room and move into your team in the framework of what we're trying to do to get things done. And you got to be able to do those things in a humbling way. You got to be able to talk to your owner and tell him the absolute truth and be honest and upfront and be able to do those things in a humbling way, right? Because you don't know what answers you're going to get, but all you know is you can tell them the truth and your thoughts, right? You can gather those thoughts and you can slowly think about those things with people around you because you know you trust them. And that's what's most important.
Going back to stealing from the other coaches, I just love that, right? It's always a copycat league. Speak about Tomlin. His thing is the standard is the standard.
That's right.
Coach Coughlin was, we must ascend. If you're not getting better, you're getting worse. Coach Belichick was do business as business is being done. And that's what, as a player, that's what we do.
Down the rock. Keep going.
Your philosophy as a head coach, if I'm a young guy in your locker room, what's one thing that's going to follow me maybe the rest of my life that I can also use in life?
And my idea out there was put people first, right? And if you put people first, that brings out a whole different attitude to you, right? And then your culture just changes the game, right? It changes everything. Very similar to what it is in LA, right? The we not me mentality that Sean McVay preaches, and it has become LA, right? And here, it is a part of our ethos. It is a part of everything that Arthur Blank talks about. It is the reason why we match so well together, because we put people first, right? And that's been a part of me since you know me being a young DB coach, coaching you, and watching you handle your group, and watching you have meals with the team and throw Thursday night meals and be able to come there and watch your team eat on your dime while we're watching tape that we should be watching on our own. Put people first, man. And you'll get the best results out of everybody. Like all the sayings that people steal from people, right? I tell people all the time, somebody just asked me in a press conference yesterday, what is your mantra? I don't like to give the team their mantra. I want the team to let their mantra come out in the video. And I want you to be able to feel that mantra when it does come out, right? Some of the best things I've been around have come out mid-season, right? When we were, I don't even know if you know, but we were in, when Robin and Ellie got up and did a team meeting when we were in Tampa in 2002 we won the Super Bowl, he went up there and he talked about pounding the rock. And I got the visual of this old man slamming his fist. And then we got this big-ass rock, the next thing you know, it's called Pound the Rock, right? And like that was our deal. I don't know, somehow Carolina stole it a couple of years ago. Steve Smith was upstairs. We just saw him, but I remember that happening organically. I remember that happening with how we were playing and what we were doing and what that moment was. Actually, y'all came in and beat our butts on a Monday night football game, like in Pittsburgh, and like it was like embarrassing. And we just kept going. We just kept no blink mentality, right? No more Mike Tomlinisms. Yeah, you can see that big horse right now with the eye, right? It is what it is. Like that's a little.
I just wanted to say, let's stay away from chopping wood.
Have you ever heard that story?
That's what we did in Jacksonville under Del Rio. They brought this huge log and a big ass axe in the middle of the locker room. And he was like, we gotta keep chopping wood, guys. Keep chopping wood till we, knock it down. They went in there with that axe.
Again, Fred, like I said, I want the team to form that mantra.
But that guy, he went in there with that axe and missed, and damn near cut his leg off.
Jack?
No, Chris Hansen.
Kicker. Okay, let's stay away from the axe.
No chopping wood.
That's a lesson to learn.
Yeah, that's a lesson learned.
You are 32 years old when you became the head coach of the Tampa Bay.
Same amount of facial hair.
Same amount, exact same amount.
Must
You might
have been good.
you might have a little bit more in your chin.
I got a little bit right here.
You might have a little bit more in your chin.
I forced to cut that off.
I was in year 11 at that time. I couldn't imagine having to run an organization. And you've mentioned how some of what you are as a coach has changed and evolved. You were a different man then, too. How has the man evolved from that standpoint, and how will that help you in this opportunity as a head coach?
I mean, you go from almost this brother mentality with the guys, you evolve into this guy that's able to give guys advice, to now getting over, man, and I'm like this father figure. Like I was used to being an uncle, right? Because I was like, I tell people all the time, I was like J. Cole, right? I was this middle child, right? I was stuck between the older generation of the Monty Kiffins and the Mike Tomlins, and then I was right above the Kyle Shanahan, Sean McVay, the Matt LaFleur. So I had been J. Cole for so long, I really didn't know what that was like, right? Then I had my own children, and I started to realize, like, how do you want them to grow up? And then you look at them and you want to set this sense of pride for those guys. And it really becomes no different when you talk about the family first mentality that we want to have here with our guys, and bringing their families in and embracing that and being around them and giving them this just example of light that they can look at and be proud of as their head coach, along with our city. And like, I think those are the things that like I've kind of grown on and just matured. Whereas before, man, like, I went to dinner with my players all the time. And not that you can't go to dinner with them, but it's just a different feel when you do it now, right? It's really an example of what you do, right? I remember taking Lance Shelters out when he was playing with you, and I said, you want a salad? He said, I want a salad. I look like a rabbit. And ate steak with ketchup, right? And it's like you're showing coaches, you're showing players how to evolve and really accept their roles and what they owe our guys and what they owe to this game, because we all owe to this game. It's given us so much.
I was gonna say, me and Lance, it was that first time I looked at a dude, I had about 50 pounds, and I was like, bro, why did you just try me? So Lance will try anybody.
It don't matter.
He doesn't matter. And that's why when I saw him, I'm like, damn, Ryder hired Lance Schultz. I'm over here calm down since back then. but Coach, it's funny that you just said it. Because you talked about the old guy. It was like the Belichicks, and we go to Parcells, Lane Kiffins, and all these guys. Dom Capers. I was with him down in Miami. Dom knows some damn defense now.
Knows some ball. You ever see Dom's notebook?
What's that?
Man, I got lucky enough, man, to catch a Dom notebook, man. It's the best handwriting you ever seen in your life.
Dom can get down.
He could draw a whole playbook. Off memory.
Dom would never get mad, but he would very gracefully cuss you out with no cuss words.
That's it.
Well, I can't put you in if you can't make this play, and that's not going to happen for you, so we're going to be okay. Damn, you hurt my feelings. But it's crazy you say that because we were in Orlando, and it was pretty cool, because I was sitting down, and we walked in the restaurant, my wife, myself, and my kid. You were there with your wife, and Sean McVay, Kevin O'Connell,
Yep.
and y'all all boys.
Yes.
And it was cool just to see that. We were just sitting around talking. But, I'm not trying to kiss your ass, coach. But people are going to talk about you
I
like
have a question though. Kevin's still cool with him after he took his quarterback? They still tight?
We'll retee up the next question. Rob let him know that a number of times that night.
That table conversation, you be like, man, shit, tell me something about Kirk, dad.
Stan Kroenke. There was a bottle of screaming ego on the table.
Rob let him know what are you going to do now that I got your quarterback. And I'll leave it at that. But even that, the brotherhood, y'all the next McDaniel, Shanahan, like, do you ever think about that you're in that? Like, you're a part of that. You're the wave coming down. Bro, when my son is watching football, I tell you this, there's going to be a Raheem Morris tree. The guys that you're raising up. That's like, have you ever thought about that? That really cool. It's going to be the people coming off of you that are going to be the great head coach in the future?
Honestly, every day. Because I want nothing more than the people that come to Atlanta and that's have the ability to work with us for them to go get their own opportunities and become great. Because you know why? Because somebody wanted it for me. Mike Tomlin, Monty Kiffin, Rob Marinelli, Joe Barry, Rich Bisaccia. I mean, you can go through the list of guys that wanted it. Matt LaFleur was under me and still wanted it. You know, Mike McDaniels was under me and still wanted it. Sean McVay's dad. You know, like, it's unimaginable. The people that was in my corner for the right reasons about becoming a head coach and being able to form your own tree. And I want the same thing for those people. And like, that's something you think about. That's something you think about. You do. You know, you really do. Because like, those people become special. Like, and like you said, we're all sitting there, and it's a reason we're all sitting there. Like, you know, we want a Super Bowl together.
Yeah.
Like, that.
They don't talk. Just talk over here when you
sorry.
say that, coach.
I mean, go.
Yeah, just about how that feels to win a Super Bowl with people and the connection.
That will never change.
Especially, and then when Matt, I go a little further though, you asked the question. He giving Kevin O'Connell hell. Then Matt LaFleur walks in late. I'm sitting there just excited. I'm like, man, this is the face of football. I'm sitting at the table with these dudes, and Roz invited me. They just start giving Matt hell about the size of his collar.
I mean, the man had a big collar. I mean, he's got the, okay, let's go on camera and say this. Where's the camera? Give me a camera. He has the best eyebrows in football. Hands down. Not even close. And this night, his collar exceeded his eyebrows. That's tough. And,
Those eyebrows.
And we had fun together.
Yeah.
We're such a family.
Yeah.
Like, I know his mom and dad, his wife. You know, I know Mike, his brother. I know his brother's wife. I know his brother's kids. Our kids play together. Like, it's different. You know, like, it truly is.
It was so beautiful to see that all those great minds sit around, and they went right back to the locker room because they were giving each other the same way we do in the locker room, giving each other hell, and it's just like, damn, these dudes, they're like us. And that's what I said. And I was like, oh, they're just like us. But they're great at what they do. But still, I think you're the example of that where, okay, I can go be great. But yeah, I can sit down with you and BS if you want to.
Yeah, man.
But I still am great at, and Dan Quinn said something too, not to cut you off. He said X and O's are one thing, and your X and O's, your scheme, your football acumen is amazing. But how you relate with people is something that people struggle with more than schematics of football.
You know, Dan Quinn gives me credit for that, but he gets the credit for being the greatest connector that I've ever been around. Right? I watch this man connect with everybody. And, like, you want to talk about a great listener? Like, Dan Quinn has the patience like I have never seen, man. And he can sit there and he can listen to it. And I don't know whether he believes you or not, but he made me believe he believed you. and that's all that really mattered. But like, you can't not talk about the people that you work with, like Dan Quinn, Mike Shanahan, John Gruden, Jay Gruden, like all these guys, right? Got something to them, right? Whether you believe in them or not, whether they made mistakes or not, whatever the case may be, like, I remember this part of my life that they all affected. Yeah. And like, that has built my character. That has helped me build everything that we're talking about right now, where we are. You know, it's like, that's special stuff.
Coach, I've just been over here just visualizing the players on your team and the roster that you have. Sometimes coaches can get hired into situations.
Yes.
You can be like, they gonna be the same team because they ain't really do nothing to their roster. They don't have the guys to get over that hump. But you guys, looking at your positions, definitely on offense with Pitts, you know, you got Bijan, you got veteran quarterback, you got, you know, the young guy coming in as well, Penix, also is capable, I believe, to get it done on this team.
I'm gonna love you even more, Fred.
The defense is amazing too.
They're not.
Okay.
They're not.
I'm gonna challenge you.
Like, and this is
Name a better safety than Jesse Bates.
This is all.
Don't you give me that look.
The three names. We know Jesse Bates. We know AJ Terrell. We know Grady Jarrett. Mm-hmm. Everybody else, we trying to figure out they gonna be good.
You know Algemata?
I do know him.
Okay, so you got a nasty attitude.
I do have a nasty attitude because those are the
now
only.
Now we gonna make this a sports event.
So I'm gonna win. So tell me, so
I'm gonna win.
How y'all gonna get a stop?
I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win this argument.
How y'all gonna get a stop, Coach?
Listen, Coach. You know what? We don't even have to have it. You know, but you know why? Because like, that is what I love, right? Because we got some dudes on our team, and I got a lot of belief in, right? Because you know what it is? This thing that we play is like ultimate role clarity. And you know what it is? If you give a guy a role and he owns it and he takes that thing and he runs with it, then people start to know him. They become household names, and that's what we want, right? I'm gonna breathe this belief in my guys. I promise you, we're gonna be all right.
I was setting that up to say, how excited are you to show your shiny toys? Like, you know, guys get these like cars and this and that. And
How do you rush the passer?
To want to get out there, like you gotta be, you know, excited just to display all of that.
You know,
because you got some.
We do, man. Like, and it's not just the shiny toys. It's the guys and what it means to them. Like Bijan Robinson, you guys mentioned him, but you've been around him. Want this guy to have it all because he deserves it. And you know that running back background and what he can do for the position. He can change the game.
Yes, sir.
You know, then you're talking about the toughness of like a Drake London. I know you guys probably don't know him as well, but this light-skinned dude is tough, man. Mm-hmm. This beige dude, he'll turn to that monster, man.
Yeah, big body.
Right, then we went out and got Mooney, right? Got speed, got a little bit of confidence to himself. We got Rondell, we went out and got Ray McLeod. You know, you add these pieces, you know, Tyler you haven't even mentioned yet. I'm not even talking about the whole line.
Here's the thing though, you just went through all those names and never said Kyle Pitts too.
I didn't even say Kyle Pitts yet. You know, like, I look forward to watching these guys all grow together, right? And like, they believe in each other, and that locker room is all really that matters, as you guys know. Like, I don't gotta explain that to you. Like, that is the thing, right? That's where we're at. And now we gotta go out there and do it, right? Like, forget the names on the paper. We gotta become that people first mentality that we talked about, and go out there and find out who's gonna be the guy.
Is the Victory Monday destination Magic City Monday for some wins?
You know, I won't be there for that. You know, that's kind of going out of style now, man. Ever since Chandler retired, man, nobody does all that no more, man.
He not gonna fund it.
Not Monday.
Monday's recovery day now.
It has changed though. You're talking about the cafeteria where guys really care about that stuff
The
now.
performance team, man, I can let you hang out at Magic City no more.
Man, that pole was
long
long back
Mark
in
the
the
Blake
day.
does a great
He
job.
does a great job.
No, man,
making sure the facilities are amazing.
That's right.
You don't want
I
to go
didn't say you was
anywhere
a
else.
Magic City friend, did.
No, you don't want to go anywhere else.
Chan, what's your pockets like right now?
It's a little light.
Hey, you might need to get on that old Fanatics free-to-play app. Man, you see old boy hit him for $900K with the home run derby?
I saw him. Bro, he about to have a ball.
Shoot, Ruben hit him. He said he going to Hawaii with his old lady.
That's what he need to do. And he didn't have a good time. You got to enjoy 900K, man. What the hell you talking about? Enjoy yourself. Good dinners, 5-star restaurant. My man, Fanatics app. I'm telling you now, you can enjoy it.
Look, before you do all that, you better put away the taxes.
There he go.
You get 900,000, you gonna get taxed on it.
He just hit him in the head. You talking about tax implications?
No, look, it's great. I'm glad he chose Fanatics. Free to play, right?
Yep.
Free to play. I need to figure that out. I
ain't never hit that.
I was in Vegas and I ain't win nothing like that. But I do know about the taxes. Put your tax money away and have a great time with your wife.
Well, I tell you what, man. Download the Fanatics app. Free to play. My man hit him for 900K. You might get lucky too. You never know. Kirk Cousins is my gatekeeper. In that I play with Kirk. Kirk's a really good quarterback. Kirk has made a buttload of money. From a team leading standpoint, he hasn't been able to get over that playoff hump.
No doubt.
Right? Hasn't been able to get those wins. But when we look at his statistics, it's the reason he's played so long because he's played so well. What is it about Kirk that makes you believe? Because you said we're never going to draft early enough to get a quarterback because I know how good that guy will play.
No doubt.
What is it about Kirk Cousins that when you had an opportunity to go get a quarterback, which everyone was speculating they're going to get this guy, they're going to get that guy, how did y'all know right away Kirk's the one we want and this is why it'll work?
Our time in Washington with Kirk, we've seen him perform as a backup. We've seen when he went in and the life that he just gave the team when he did go in and how much success he was able to have. And then I watched him go out to a different team and really do the same thing and not be able to get over that hump, like you just mentioned, right? Then I also seen it live, another guy that came from Detroit, that came to LA, and he got a chance to be around some young guys, and he got a chance to be around this dynamic play caller. And the next thing you know, I'm sitting on the pivot with you guys as a defensive coordinator, Super Bowl champion, right? I believe in him like that, right? And like people are going to compare, hey, you think he's as good as Max? It don't matter. It don't matter if he is or not, right? Only thing that matters is we believe he's good enough for us to win a championship. And if you're good enough for us to win us a championship, which we both know he is because we were teammates of him before at a different time, that's the important part. And that team and what he's going to do for those other guys is going to be important. And now he's got all this history and these building blocks to go pull from going to different places and being able to build his legacy. And I want to help him fulfill it.
Since we're talking about building blocks, you've been a part of some legendary defenses. The championship Bucks, legendary players. That Rams team that won it, legendary player. We recently had AD Aaron Donald on the show.
The greatest.
When we went out to camp last year, he was like, don't F with me.
Oh, yeah.
That was his mentality, right? But just the most down-to-earth guy when we had him on the show.
Awesome.
But that's besides the point. This is the point I'm trying to make. Building blocks. Being a part of those defenses and seeing all those great players, from the Saps to the Derrick Brooks, the Jalen Ramseys, the ADs. If you had to build a defense right now,
Oh, man.
with the guys that you've been around in your career, you've coached, from each level, which guys would you bring along with you to have on that legendary?
You only get one of each level. You need
Each
a
level.
front guy,
All right.
a back, a second, and a
Warren
back.
respect this. I'm taking AD up front.
Ooh.
Over Warren. Here,
Stop it. Warren was with y'all at Magic City. I'm taking AD.
I don't think they call him a step brother.
It's my big brother. I'm taking AD because, we talking about
Zach gonna be mad.
He gonna be mad. He gonna call me.
Yes, he is.
AD, as you talking about, don't mess with me mentality, don't fuck with me mentality. Yes, and it went to a whole different level of off the field. And Warren was the smartest player that we can talk about in his detail and all that type of things. But like the things that he did behind the scenes and all that stuff, AD was this natural leader. Like Brooks was our leader, like AD when it comes to those things. So there you go, my second level, right? Derrick Brooks. You can't exclude Warren. Like he's next. He's the other D tackle playing with him. But like Brooks, it's got to be at that second level. And then from a mentality standpoint, I get two because obviously safety is a corner, so you can't tell me that. So Rondé Barber, I gotta take because he's not done. I can't cheer for Jalen yet. And just the mentality that he had going to the Hall of Fame as Rondé, right? He created a new position at the Star and made it popular. Where now we talk about it, and it's a starter. It's a starter, right? It is. It's a high money value position. He changed that game. And then, the safety position, I got to take him because he's sitting right in front of me. But, the mentality and what he brought to everybody around him was just different. And, It is, like, you know, and he's going against a great player too, and John Lynch, right? But for Ryan, I got
Shut the hell up, Richard.
very old.
Shut the hell
What's
up.
going on?
And he came in and
What's
still
going on
changed the
right
game.
now? You're picking Ryan.
I'm taking Ryan.
The all-time safety. On
Not
your
all
team.
the time, just the ones he coached.
The ones he said the ones I coached
Over John Lynch too.
over John, you know.
See, that's what Ryan did to a lot of people. He knocked a lot of people out that
Down.
had silly.
And
You gotta give him that credit, bro.
No, but he would tell you about him before he did it.
I love Ryan.
I'm just telling you.
Say it again.
Ryan.
Ryan.
That's a whole nother story.
So you sitting AD and Sapp up front. D. Brooks sitting behind him.
Hey, you know Ryan?
Ron J on the edge. Jalen over here.
It's gonna cut back.
And
He's gonna be
Ryan
backside
Clark
A gap.
back there.
He gonna be in the backside A gap. He gonna hit everything smoking.
He got sickle cell.
Damn.
I need a backup for Denver. Hey, hold on. We got a special guest.
What up, home team, man? How you doing, bro?
Good to see you.
Yes, sir. We good?
We got a special guest.
hear all that, man.
Little Terrence no.
We at home, baby. We at home, man.
Hey, by the way,
Feel like we at home.
Get back in here.
Come on now.
Speaking of brothers,
Yeah.
right? It's been a short time,
Smart, bro.
and I had a chance to be around him, right? And I remember I didn't come out right away, and I was on Zoom with him, interviewing people, and we're talking about plans and what we wanted to do, and it was this connection that we had on Zoom. And then when we got in person for a long time, and we was able to do that press conference together, it almost felt seamless, and it almost felt like we know each other a lot longer. And now we've been able to go through a draft. We've been able to go through some trials and tribulations of cutting people, of having people, of being there together, and how we want to move our stuff moving forward. And everything we do is a collaborative effort. And this is not even interview talk, because like that dude has quickly forged himself into all the people that we're going to talk about, how we want to go about our business, and who you need and who you want, and what you want to look like. And like West Bank or whatever,
He knows that. That's my guy.
When I heard him say, and this is when he was in Tampa, I still remember, you go through all the transcripts, you listen to press conferences, and the first time I heard him speak, and I hear everything he says, and when he said mentality before reality, I wrote it down. I still have it written down from when he said that in Tampa. And I remember, you see a person like that, that's a real leader, man, that's a guy you really want to connect with. So before we never knew each other really personally, but I always admired him from afar. You know, how he's special. So then you start talking to other people, other coaches, he's worked with other people, other players, and you see how much respect he really has. But it's been awesome.
My question to you is this then.
yeah.
The difference between the collaborative experience of Mark Dominic,
Yes.
who was the general manager at that time, with a 32-year-old,
No doubt.
Raheem Morris in his first, and now with Terry here and going through an offseason.
So the greatest
I'll
part.
tell you one difference first. I'll tell you one quick difference. When we were with the owner this summer on his boat, and we kind of stopped on the beach to kind of hang out a little bit, and we started running routes, and I put that thing on.
Oh! You still got it a little bit?
Still got it, man. Tore him up.
How many receptions you had?
Mark Dominic couldn't do that.
How many receptions you have on the beach?
None.
The quarterback.
Quarterback was missing me, man. Quarterback couldn't hit me.
What would you say is like the biggest difference between that? Because if you read things about Tampa, a lot of it goes roster. And part of that is the relationship with the general manager.
I don't want to blame any of that, right? And I don't want to blame. It was a maturity level, probably of both of us, right? We both were fairly young, and it's like the collaborative effort of actually sharing all this stuff, right? Like there was a certain amount of secrecy to what Terry does, and we kept those things separate. And it wasn't a relationship issue. It was you thought it was the right way of going about your business because what we had seen when we've grown up, right? You were Kaufman, and it was a more secretive, a more strict environment. You wore slack. Your coaches wore slacks every day. They weren't going in the grass, right? You had Mike Tomlin. Did you have Bill?
Yeah.
And you had Bill, right? Two different people, two different approaches. It was a different way of working, right? And now I went out to LA and I saw the collaboration of Sean and Les, and really Kevin Denmark and Tony Pastore, and really Stan Kroenke. And then I got here and I got Fontenot, Kyle Smith, Ryan Pace, Arthur Blank, and the boys. And it's like Greg Beatles and like coaching staff, and everybody's all involved. Jerry Gray, right? Our assistant head coach. And you bring all those people together, you want to have a real collaborative effort of being able to share information because you're not worried about it getting out because you trust all the people in the room. Where when I was 32, I just seen that you're supposed to hide stuff You're not supposed to talk about it. You know, it was a little bit more secretive. And it's a learning lesson. And it was definitely a lesson that I'm certainly grateful to have. And I'm certainly grateful to have that ability with Mark Dominic to do what we did. We had a plan, right? We wanted to build through the draft. We wanted to start young, right? We got young. We lost games. We were young. We found a way to win them. We couldn't maintain it, and we lost, and we got fired. Right. Learning lesson.
You know what's unique and different for me, and I haven't been in a ton of buildings, but the teams that I've played for, the owner's office and the coach's office aren't side by side.
Sure.
I think that in itself, it speaks volume.
I think Arthur Blank doesn't get enough credit for the amount of support he gives you, first of all. Yes, he's going to have an opinion. He's going to be an unbelievable listener before he gives that opinion. And his opinion is not going to come from off-the-whim thoughts that he came up with alone, right? He's going to diligently research it and be able to present it to you in a way where he means it and he owns it. And then you got to he pays people to go make decisions. And then that's when Terry and I come into play. And I got so much respect for how he goes about his business that way. That's awesome. Right now, the building moves differently when Arthur Blank comes into the room. It would have been flowers on the ground. It's like Prince and King came up in this mother. But
who's gonna clean up all these damn flowers?
Exactly. But at the same time, I don't think he even asked for that. I think it just happens because how he treats people.
You're going to have to go in a second, but I wanted to do this. I wanted to give you this opportunity, and I wanted to know. When we were messaging about setting this up, he was like, hey, man, I got to go to Monty's funeral.
Yes.
And I just, typed, rest in peace, legend. What are just some of your lasting memories and some of the things you take away from your relationship with one of the greatest coaches to ever be in this league?
I'm so glad you asked because I had to miss it because of that Delta issue. And I felt not bad about missing it, but I just wanted to be there to show my respect in person because without Monty, put it this way, Monty Kiffin as the defensive coordinator, probably one of the best to ever do it along with Mabo, Jim Johnson. Some, we can name some dudes that we arguably buddy, whatever. Any Ryan you want to go to, just ask them, right? Yeah. But one of the greatest defensive coordinators, he picked me up on the corner in front of my hotel at the Schuler restaurant in Tampa as the DC when I was coming to interview for a quality control job. Picked me up, brought me in the office and interviewed me. Every year he would give me his beach condo to go out and take my family out there and enjoy the luxuries of his life. Every year he would give me different roles and responsibilities and things that I needed to do in order to make myself better and never hold me back once. And would he lose his mind at times? There's no doubt. But I took every lesson from Monty Kiffin in the detail and the energy and the thought process and the love that he brought to the football game that will never ever leave. And he was one of the best to ever do it. Not even close. Not even close. I'm almost getting emotional talking about it. I gotta go. This dude he was awesome.
That's cool. Just to hear though, because I can see the reverence in the way that your emotion changed when you talked about him. But you once said that you one of the few black dudes to be raised by Italians along with your father.
No doubt.
Explain to me what that means. You grew up in Jersey. You say you were raised by Italians. You don't seem Italian to me.
So I grew up in Jersey, and we had this basketball team. It was an all-star team, and an Italian group ran it, and they took us to Puerto Rico, Chicago. It took us all these places, and it was one of those things where they made it happen for us, and it was they showed us different visions that we would not have seen in the West Bank or Newark, New Jersey, right? And then I went to play in high school, and I played for Chet Parlavecchio and Donnie Soma. And Donnie Soma taught us shock him, and Chet Parlavecchio was this maniac Italian showing up with a bloody nose every single day. And he showed me a different physical approach to everything you do. And Donnie showed me this whole world of eliminating color, eliminating everything, and just shock him. Right? And then I got lucky enough to go to Hofstra, rest in peace, and play for Joe Gardy. And that was the experience that let me know what I was going to do in my life. Because I wanted to be him. I wanted to go be a defensive coordinator for the Jets. I wanted to grow up and be able to retire and go to Hofstra and make them the winningest program in the history and find a way to produce Dan Quinn, Lance Schultz, Raheem Morris, keep going, Wayne Corbett, and all these guys out of Hofstra. We were at LSU. right? So I was raised by Italians, man. I'm forgetting about my defensive coordinator, Greg Gigantino. Like, it's not even close. Like, I was like, and it was like something that was just, that was I was blessed with, not lucky, and it was fortunate.
Why do you believe that the Atlanta Falcons can be a competitor this year?
It goes back to what I said about what the team is and what I want to look like, and it's all about the people, right? And like Perry Fontenot and some of the guys I named, that's going to be talking about our personnel and acquiring people to come here and be a part of what we are, and not going against what our ethos is, and bringing the right people in, right? My coaching staff, all the way from my assistant head coach Jerry Gray to Jimmy Lake to Zach Robinson and to Marquise Williams and that leadership committee that's leading the coaching staff and just building the blocks of people that you talked about, the Lance Shoulders and all the guys that you guys have seen, the Barrett Roos, that are up and coming players that was able to do it at a high level, and being able to collaborate all of those people together and go formulate this team of the guys that we have here, some of the guys that were here, some of the guys that we brought in, some of the guys that we're still yet to add, like, not even to mention the support we get from ownership, which you got a chance to see a glimpse of walking around this building. We're going to be something to deal with. And I just believe that.
So will this show.
You got to see
This
me.
show's so fire. I can't wait. My job. It's going to be tough to top. It's going to be tough to top this show here.
Hey, we might have did this one too early in the training camp. Hey, let me take the leash. Hey, look, just put some of them right there. Ain't nobody gonna go. Monday motivation.
When is it motivation?
Hold on. I got a TV. I got to go.
This is right down Patrick Mahomes' alley to get this done.
There's so much excitement, man. You build up all year for those moments. You get very few of them in your NFL career. Game-winning touchdowns or walk-off touchdowns or whatever it is. Go do it, baby. Go do it, baby. One play at a time. You got 2 timeouts. The 2-minute drive is everything that you've worked on all week coming to fruition.
The Chiefs left to go 75 yards and 146 to try to win this game. Snap to Mahomes retreating on the far edge. Comes to his sideline. Comeback pattern caught by Melvin Scanlon. The Chiefs get 20 on first down. Mahomes scrambling to the left side. He will scramble up the field and go out of bounds into Charger territory. Charger 46, 105 to go in the game. 27-23. Mahomes comes to the near side, caught at the 35-yard line. At the 34 of the Chargers at 53 seconds and counting to go in the game. Mahomes takes the snap on 1st and 10. Now steps up, he will scramble. 30-yard line, 25-yard line, 20, slides to a stop at the 17. Clock moving and a timeout called by the Chiefs. 37 seconds to go in the game.
Once I got my breath, I wanted to try to get us to the best play possible to go out there and score.
How do you like shallow cross swipe?
What?
How do you like shallow cross swipe?
Love it. Coach Reed called a play that I actually wasn't even really thinking, but when he called it, I was like, man, that's perfect. I like to play so much in that moment because at the command-to-man, you get your guy with a great route that he should be able to win on. We call them good versus all plays, and that was a good versus all play. Had answers versus all coverages.
37 seconds to go in the game.
We prepare for a lot of different things. I think that's what makes us so special here in Kansas City.
Chiefs have the ball at the 17 of the Chargers. Chiefs load up 3 to the left side. Oh, it's Russell Wilson.
what I actually said, but I'm sure it wasn't too PG-13. I probably said some things that were a little wild, and we might be able to keep some of those in the episode.
This is what I fucking do. This is what I fucking do. This is what I do. This is what I do. This is what I do.
Patrick's having an off day because he's having a baby right now. Kirk Cousins trying to erase the stench of I'm not prime time Kirk.
I've got to be on because if I'm not, they'll expose me.
The Falcons will fall to 4-6.
That sucks to hear. It's really broken that dark plays.
Oh, no. A lot of talk about Desmond Ridder, the rookie who's the backup.
Shit don't unload all of a sudden.
What it do, flight crew? FTC. Flight team stand up! Why you lie is July. We got cash reacting to the #1 IRL I did not want to upload in the year of 2024. Let's get this pain and misery out the way, y'all. Cash, sit down, bro. Come on, man, please.
This nigga here.
19 minutes. I ain't gonna lie, I did not want to upload this 1v1, bro. I did not want to upload it. But, man of the word, bro, we don't duck anything. We got plenty more IRLs incoming. Next month, we got return to football IRLs. But we're sitting up here for now in misery reacting to this.
Bullshit.
Finally, finally uploaded the unfair 1v1 against Zach TTG Rebase Gun 24. In case y'all know, I'm keeping the drink on. And I need this laugh, y'all. Tonight, I'm probably gonna upload a bomb, bro. Like, bro, I feel so played, bro. Like, ball hall of the fucking century.
Oh, talking about the Creator League. Now that's facts. They was balling. I said that in the reaction.
Things y'all talk about outside the video doing it get broke. I went to sleep last night, y'all.
Nah, I gotta see that video. You say you're gonna drop a exposure on that?
I'm the coach just waiting for it. It's been sitting on my mind all fucking day.
Alright.
We're gonna do that tonight, bro. Oh, man, when we went against Zach TTG rematch on 24.
Oh, it's on 1.5. My bad. Good looks. We ain't missing any games. Not
See,
sure.
I see what you was hiding, man.
Flight crew, NTC.
Flight T, stand up.
Nigga, it's July. It's July. It's July. I don't get it. It's funny.
You see how sad say that? The lips don't do this to a July. That's you.
Hey man, we got a special so fresh and so clean. Yes,
Oh my God. Y'all should thank me for calling off play for upload this right here, man.
Cash, I was still gonna upload the video with or without you calling it out. It was gonna get uploaded, guys. You trust me, right? We don't not avoid uploading IRLs, bro. Come on, that's not something. All right. Why y'all saying cat, bro? All right, here we go.
I'm carried out to about to send out just like to give you the true check. Let's see what you got.
That's why Zach was on fire that day. He had the curries on.
Those carry with Nike?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That's diabolical. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, Zach, I ain't gonna lie, bro. That ain't
You wearing curries with Nike?
Under Armour with Nikes is literally crazy.
That is diabolical, bro.
Anyway, let's jump.
Damn.
Like, seriously. Guys, what do I do about this shit, bro? Bro, 3 seconds into the game, bro, the AC didn't even kick into the building yet.
Whip them nets.
I should took the layup.
Hey, that's nice floater.
Thanks, Josh.
Zach, I'm sorry, bro. The labor jump is ridiculous, bro.
Oh, it's like
Jordan shirt. Nike.
Oh, nah, damn, that's
Jordan
great.
shoes is ridiculous, bro.
Nah, that's funny.
Bro, that's plastic, bro.
I forgot about the Jordan shirt.
Bro, you should repent and take that whole bit off, dog.
Pause.
I can't believe you woke up in the morning. You woke up like that, bro. I mean, if it
Hey, that's what happens. That June flight made niggas nervous, though.
you got it. But the Saturday of
Yeah,
the
you
come
talking
on,
about.
bro. We can't be labor jumping like
Forgot how fast Zach is with the ball, though, bro. Pull up. Damn, it's a little laddie. It's not me. Bro, that's bullshit, bro.
Bro, Zach did not get it on me.
Right, bro, explain. Why wasn't he doing that on Cash?
I mean,
This is great defense. This is literally Game 7 Finals defense. What was different?
my boy smacking nets right here, bro. Jumper looking beautiful. Ooh.
Bro, Zach literally had 3 points versus Cash. In 2 minutes in the video, he has 5 points, bro. I don't get it, bro. Why is everybody getting plus 25 attributes from the 3, bro? This is fucking bullshit. I can't even watch this shit, man. This is not even fair, bro. This is not even fair, bro. This dude turning into fucking Booker and Curry in the same damn game, man.
It's half time in 2 minutes and 3 seconds. Bro, this is true.
drill work, bro. Bro, he's just doing drills on you now, bro. 2 minutes and 5 seconds. 7-0. This is the worst blowout I've ever seen. This much quicker. What? How can you get up with the Jazzers?
This ain't even fair, bro. I try to catch that bitch.
Oh, I need this man right here, y'all.
My turn is just get it over as quick as I can before I really get tired.
Bro. What the fuck, bro? Bro, he was not doing this on cash, bro. Like, what do I do about this?
Don't be mad at Zach. Bro, he's not even putting you in the post for nothing, bro. Bro, what? Passing the ball correctly, fight.
Bro, Cash, ain't nobody on earth is gonna be happy, bro. I'm losing 9-6, bro. Bro, I was so heated during this right here, bro. There we go. That's some other defense right there.
Whoa. No way.
He doesn't make
birds,
this.
no way.
He doesn't make this, right? Yeah. Good take. Oh my fucking gosh, bro. I lost the ball on the way up. Yo, I cannot watch this shit, dude. Oh my, I don't even know how I was even able to edit this shit. This shit is not even fair, dude. He was not playing like this against Cash. Bro, I cannot watch this shit, man. This is literally the hardest video out of my entire YouTube career. It was hard to watch, bro. Like, I can't react to this shit.
This is... What? 3 minutes and 9 seconds, buddy.
Bro, I was seeing straight like black tunnel, bro, when I was doing this shit, bro. I was so mad, bro. Originally, I wanted to just walk out the gym and not dap nobody up and just hit the damn highway, bro. Like, that's how mad I was. Like,
Bro, tell the story.
dude, this is
Old school.
No, man. You're on this point, like, yo, you're actually good at kicking. Bro, what? Why you trying to break Bucket Squad real, bro?
No, I'm not trying to. My bad, Bucket Squad, bro. I just lost my temper. I'm surprised Zach kept his composure, bro.
Like, you'd be a good punter, bro.
Punter?
Bro, it's crazy. You ain't got a hard when you shoot, you got a hard when you kick the ball. Bro, your kicking form is immaculate, bro. This is the worst. This is the worst crash I've ever seen you do.
13. There you go.
The score is wrong, guys. I made a mistake. It's 11.
Who you talking to, bro? This on you. Don't get mad at him. The ball was him. The ball was him.
This is embarrassing, bro.
Hey, bro. Y'all should thank me for harassing Flight to upload this, bro. This would have never seen the daylight.
No, I would have still uploaded it. Maybe it would have been October or Halloween or maybe Thanksgiving, but it would have been uploaded before the year was up. Come on now. Nice move. Nice ass move, right?
9 seconds, bro. Wait, that's your only. Oh, my stomach
Oh,
hurt.
good take. Damn, bro. Bro, no score, bro, in 10 minutes in the video, dude. Good defense. Oh my fucking goodness, dog. You can't make this up. This is not even fair, bro. Seth had to have been practicing. He had to have gotten 500 shots up before the day before or something. Had to. Come on.
Bro, you not gonna score?
All the way. Woo! Woo! Let's go! Nice!
You want him to get skunked.
Only took 11 minutes. Shit. 12-1, bro. Y'all like that lamp animation? We make this? I know I make 2 threes.
Dog, this is hilarious, bro. This is one for the history books, man.
Good take. Lost it on the way up. Touch the catch.
You're out of bounds.
No, I'm not. It's the camera angle. I'm definitely not. Definitely not. I make these, right?